Hey guys, welcome to Tech Weekend. We're starting off with AI. A lot of exciting news this week, so let's just get into it. OpenAI released or announced, better said, Sora, uh, creating video from text. Basically, you enter a text prompt and you get a video. And while this might sound familiar because there are platforms that do stuff like this, they don't do it like OpenAI does it, and that's freaking amazing. Just check out their demos. I mean, just a second here. We have this woman walking in Tokyo Street. The prompt is over here. And I mean, of course, if you know what to look for, you might spot a few bad things, a few mistakes, let's call them. But to the untrained eye, this looks amazing. And to say some of the mistakes, this guy is like almost floating, and what the hell is he wearing? And we have these reflections over here that sometimes are lagging or they are jittery, and the woman is not. So some inconsistencies, but again, just like the thing with AI generated hands, that when you have too many fingers or wrong hand positioning or stuff like that, uh, those are details that you need to know and to look for them. So as far as that goes, what OpenAI has done over here is quite amazing. And I imagine this will represent a problem or even reduce some of the sales of stock footage platforms. Because I mean, look at this, for a background video, something insignificant or a couple of scenes in a short ad. The whole ad might be 15 seconds. So AI can generate for you almost any absurd thing you ask it to do. Or something like this, a cliff, some water hitting the cliff. I mean, let's be real. When you're looking for something this generic, you're not very pretentious about the cliff details or stuff. Even if over here they are quite amazing. So yeah, this will probably hurt several platforms from where you can download such videos uh, by paying for them. So yeah, people will need to get more creative in order to make sales probably. Here we have some animations. Okay, the lighting and stuff might not be ideal or perfect, but come on. This is real this is a baby still. It's not even released to the public, let's be real. And it will get a lot better, just like ChatGPT got in the last year. Let's be serious. It's miles ahead where it was when it was launched. So yeah, I imagine this thing will be limited, so you won't be able to recreate deep fakes like you see on YouTube ads or stuff like that. But this will be quite amazing, and even from these demos, they look pretty amazing. Some of them are insane. And here and there you can spot some mistakes, of course. But again, for the stage this is in, it's amazing. And what's more, OpenAI says that no, look here, the paintings look pretty damn good. The museum or whatever, the gallery. Yeah, so they say that these videos are exactly as they were generated by Sora without any modifications. So again, that's amazing. I guess we'll see where this goes and when we'll have access to play with it. I mean, see, even the dog, he might not move 100% real, but it's goddamn close. So pretty nice. Okay, now staying into the AI sphere, Google announced Gemini 1.5. So we have a smarter and better and better reasoning model, uh, and a longer context window. So yeah, if GPT-4 Turbo has 128K, Gemini 1.5 Pro will go to 1 million tokens. Now, keep in mind the token is about 4 characters usually. It's more complicated than that, but yeah, let's just say 4 characters. That means that in the new Gemini, we have 1 hour of video, 11 hours of audio, over 30,000 lines of code, and over 700,000 words. Uh, the context window is important because let's simplify it like in a chat GPT scenario when you're talking with the AI, I don't know, debugging a problem, a piece of code of something. Uh, a longer context window allows the AI to remember more and to take more things into account. Let's say you attach a file for it or something, or give it a longer set of instructions. Uh, the long context window will allow him to give you better answers, more informed answers. That means he won't forget stuff as you're proceeding into conversation. I don't know, you're talking about 40 prompts, still asking him, still correcting him, or whatever, and he starts forgetting things. Well, the longer the context window is, the longer it will take until he starts forgetting things. So, looking at this with something like a custom GPT that you can do on ChatGPT, let's say, combining that with a long context window will be awesome because you could give it a lot of custom instructions or data to take into account, so it could give you a lot better instructions. So, yeah, this is quite important and a good step forward. But to be honest, I didn't get to test the paid version of Gemini yet, but the free version is not impressing me. I just gave it some stuff that I had in the history of ChatGPT because I use that more, and it kind of failed disappointingly. I mean, maybe I was expecting too much from it, but it put me just Google results or generic stuff, refusing to actually show me in the window stuff. Or that was my experience. I'll test more, but I'm sure the community, as this is very interesting for a lot of people, will make benchmarks and test Gemini 1.5 Pro against ChatGPT 4, and we'll see how much better, if it is better, and how much can this 1 million tokens help us, considering its limitations in reasoning and understanding stuff, or actually willingness to give us information like a piece of code without asking us to Google it or giving us a link to a website, which is fine if it curates it good, but yeah, ChatGPT a lot of the time just gives you the code, and even if it sometimes has mistakes, it does a pretty good job at pretty hard stuff sometimes. It's not perfect too, but at least in my experience, it makes it easier than Gemini. So yeah, moving on from AI, Dune fans will be happy to know that the desert world of Arrakis will be available in Microsoft Flight Simulator with a free DLC. We also have a video here. As usual, you'll find the article on the blog with the links to the sources. Yeah, so if you're a Dune fan and a Microsoft Flight Simulator fan, this is worth checking out. Something funny, still on TechSpot, a user had his PC invaded by fire ants. These are the kind of ants that love electronics and stuff, so not quite a surprise. But it was funny or annoying for him that the ants ate and attacked thermal pads and thermal paste, so basically his GPU started having running hot basically. So yeah, I guess this is something to look out for if you're in a zone where red fire ants, to be more exact, are there in their habitat. We also have a video here. Yeah, so that's pretty weird, but I guess it happens. Mm, yeah. The EU made a study and found out that about 80% of influencers don't properly disclose products they are paid to advertise. Yeah, well, it's a shame that the lawmakers take their sweet time to find these things out. I mean, let's be real. Uh, a lot of influencers don't disclose when they are paid by a company or when the product they're reviewing or showing on a stream or in a social media post. They just don't say that it's paid or something like that. Recently, more people do, but social media is not something that came out last month. So it's good, but sad to see the huge delay that the lawmaker has, and sometimes even the way they handle stuff. They should handle it better, faster. Yeah, that's a long discussion. But yeah, EU found out about the fact that influencers don't disclose their sponsorships sometime. Tomorrow we're going to find out that the sky is blue. Fedora announced atomic desktops. Now this is not a new brand name. It's 10 years ago this was started. We're talking about something like immutable desktops. The goal being to make the whole system updated in one go, and an update will not apply if anything goes wrong. So yeah, basically you will always have a working computer. Uh, Silver Blue and the other one, Keynote for plasma based desktops, did not get the atomic suffix. Sway and Budgie did, probably because of brand recognition, especially Fedora Silverblue is very known, but Keynote also for people who love Plasma or KDA. Yeah, so these are immutable desktops. It's a good step forward. I mean, we all hate when an update breaks something, and that sometimes unfortunately happens. Even on Windows, this is not a Linux thing. But part of the, I mean, it's harder to debug something on uh, Linux, basically because if you're running a very new kernel, maybe you're not technical enough to search for help how you should or where you should, so you can't find anything. If you're new to this or don't want to bother, you don't know where to look for, where to find the error, and things sometimes go wrong, like the famous Nvidia drivers. Sometimes they make weird decisions, stuff happens, stuff breaks, so the average user might not know what to do, and stuff like this should help him. I mean, you'll always have a working computer, so that's the gist of it. If Fedora and all the apps you get on Linux is enough for you, and you are an average user and don't want to mess about debugging the logs and shit, uh, this might actually be a step in the right direction for a wider adoption, especially considering the whole direction Microsoft is taking with its operating system. I mean, there's still rumors, or I haven't been up to date if they're gonna actually go to a service based fee or something like that or whatever, but Linux is free, so yeah, it's a very good alternative in 2024 for people who are not tied to the Microsoft ecosystem. So this is a step in the good direction, in my opinion. The whole atomic thing. 9 to 5 Linux also has written in more detail about this. You're going to find in the written article a link to this. So yeah. So that's about it for this week. So see you in the next video. Bye.